So Corinne and I are driving up County Road 52 into Velocity Basin. And the rocks at the end of this road, the mountain at the end of this road, is just absolutely gorgeous. We had a nice lunch in Silverton. And we're heading back out into the boonies to find ourselves a campsite for the night. Hopefully this will work out. This road is considered to be a moderate road.
4 out of 10.
But 4 out of 10. So far it's been very easy. So far we haven't hit anything that's more than about a 2 out of 10.
Campsite right there. The other ones don't look good.
Oh, okay. We are hunting for a designated campsite out here.
Pretty little water riffles going down there.
Mm-hmm. And there is somebody ahead of us because I can see their
Vehicle.
not vehicle, but I can see their dust plume. So Corinne and I found our campsite for the night. It's actually quite a pretty spot. It's the last spot along this road. So we were kind of lucky about that. And Corinne's plugging in some stuff. The view from the campsite is terrific. We look right up into this absolutely beautiful rocky basin. Right up there. Beautiful stream coming down. Doesn't get much better than that. We walked down to the stream just below the campsite. Found actually it's 2 streams. One coming from that direction, one coming from that direction. And there's a bog coming down right here, which I managed to step in. Got a soaker. Oh well. Green's already got across. Let's see how badly I get wet this time going across. So we're having a pretty nice evening, just reading and playing games. Corinne's nice and warm by her firebox there, which we've actually turned out to really, really like. With our little fan blowing the warm air across us. I got the little barrier up so the wind can't come in, or the breeze can't come in, so it's very, very pleasant. Well, we have the truck all packed up and it's ready to head off. We're going to go and do some more roads this morning, and go up into the various basins just outside of Silverton. So we've done 1 yesterday and we're going to do 2 more today. And it should be a good day. It's very cold up here today. It's in the 40s and the sun still hasn't made it over the top of the mountain here. We're still in shade, but it's getting close because you can see the sun on those hills over there. And just like that, we were off to our next little adventure.
There's a couple of nice new cabins halfway up our trail. Look like they make some lovely summer cottages to come up to when it gets hot down below. Well, we've come to the main part of the basin and found old mine workings. Well, probably more of a mill work here that's fallen into a state of deterioration. Got lovely mountains all around us. The cottages we saw earlier are just down that way. They got a nice view over behind them. I don't have a name for this mill, unfortunately. It is not one of the trails that we've found through the book of back roads that we've been using for most of our trip. This one we just used an OnX Offroad route that sounded interesting. Here's a better view of the mill from the southeast side. It's better lit here in the morning on this side. It's quite a small operation. Probably just one chute to run ore down and sort it and shake it. To the southwest there's this mound, very rocky and black like coal, so I'm wondering if it's part of an old cinder cone. The lower part is smaller scree, and someone's done a bit of a road driving up like they were using it to gather some rock material for processing. The south side here, southeast, is very shadowed, but apparently there's a couple mines over there, not visible in the shadow, but probably historic mines. If you're visiting some of these old ruins, be very careful around the loose wood. As you can see here, many of these pieces have some nasty, rusty nails sticking up. And so if you're bringing kids, especially watch where they're walking and make sure they don't get any of these in the bottom of their shoes. So this is a view of the road we just came along on the edge of this steep hillside, mountainside. And we'll have to turn ourselves around and head back down that road again. And where we started, there's a turn for another basin, so we'll probably go and explore that one as well. Well, the road we're going to be heading out on is just up at the top of this slope. Not at the very top, but by that scree pile there. And there's this beautiful sweep of purple flowers. I think these might be fireweed. And I've been saying to Shawn how there's been very few places where we can get out and see the flowers. They seem to be on the steepest parts of the trail where there's no stopping, or we gotta worry about traffic coming towards us. So we haven't been able to see really good displays of wildflowers. His thought is at the good spots where you can get out of the vehicle, people have been stopping and picking the flowers, and that may be. I think the bees really like these ones.
Corinne took this little bit of video that shows just how steep the drop-off is as the Jeep goes by these beautiful flowers. So Corinne has taken over for me here, and she's got a really steep section that she's coming down right now. The drone doesn't make it look all that steep, but this is what Corinne's seeing.
and it is quite steep.
So the road has gotten a little bit more tricky.
Tight turn.
Really tight turn. Corinne is peeing her pants there as I go around that corner. The road gets a good deal more difficult as you're coming up around these rocks. I'm just taking them really slow so that I don't bounce around too much.
Some damp dirt.
Yeah, it's gotten a good deal wetter, hasn't it?
It's probably got a spring coming down.
Yeah. So of the roads that we've taken so far, this has been by far the most technical. Oh boy, we get an actual water crossing. I'll probably get a little more than the treads wet.
We've reached the end of County Road 53 into Ross Basin, the third of the basins that we have been traveling today. And there's a creek coming down from the top there, that's Cement Creek. And looking over westward, we can see the lower level over here and the mountains to the west.
So once we got out of the basins, we decided to head for Hurricane Pass. So today was all about motorcycles. We didn't see that many cars come down on us as we came up the hill, but boy, we sure saw a lot of the motorcycles. They were mostly friendly, but you pretty much have to give way to them. Once they get coming, they really just start flying down the road. We heard from some fellows that were coming up the road behind us in a couple beautiful built-out Jeeps that some of these guys had actually gone off the road and needed to be rescued. So it was not a good day for them as they came zipping down the road on the way up.
There's more coming.
Yeah.
Our understanding was that there was only minor injuries, so nobody was seriously hurt. Although apparently one of them actually went down the embankment about 50, 60 feet.
Well, we've completed our crossing of Hurricane Pass. If we went on the Silverton route, we'd be probably heading the way we want to go. So we're going to go back Hurricane Pass on Corkscrew Gulch again. Behind us is California Pass, and we did that a couple days ago. So we've only done half of Corkscrew. We'll do the other half after we come over Hurricane Pass. That's Lake Como down below, and a few people are parked there having a little break before they continue on their trip. We were down there for lunch the other day, but it's a lovely view from up here, a beautiful blue lake. Well, here's our Jeep parked at the top of Hurricane Pass, elevation 12,730 feet, and it looks like this just dead ends. But you can go up here and take a view down the other side. It's windy up here, and from the top edge you can look down on Lake Como, and if we look over to the left, There's a small patch of snow still here. It's a bit chilly. Well, after being at the top of Hurricane Pass, we came partway down Corkscrew Gulch until we hit the turn for Hurricane Peak, which is a one-way in and out road. And way off in the distance there at those sharp rocks where you can just barely make out a couple vehicles, that is Hurricane Pass, where we were parked about half an hour ago. The road coming down towards us and rounding down in the middle of this basin, that is California Gulch, and that heads back to Animas Forks and on that way. This is apparently one of the best views in the San Juan Mountains. There's another trail way off there in the distance on that slightly higher set of mountains. I'm thinking that's Poughkeepsie. And that one's rated 5, and I haven't been anxious to give it a try. Down there's back at the basins where we were early this morning. We'll be heading back down that way shortly. And I think we hit County Road 10 when we do that. Over here to the left is the road we came up. It was a narrow road, mostly dirt, a little bit of scree, a couple sharp hairpin turns, but we were fortunately the only vehicles on the road, so it wasn't bad.
We decided to head down the trail and start looking for a campground. It was going to be a little drive because we decided that we wanted to get pretty far down before we hunted for that campground.
You can take it pretty wide on this one till you get to that next part there. Okay, you might have to back up. Okay. Does that feel better?
It feels more like we're going to make it. Even it's going to be tight.
You got it.
So this is our campsite for the night. Karina's back there working on her journal of all the places we went today. This is a BLM dispersed camping area, and it's actually not very far from Silverton on the main road. We're actually pretty close to the main road. It's really a pleasant sight as long as nobody's bombing down the main road. And at least we're a little above the road, and we have a group of pine trees. Oh, there's the pine trees. The road's down there. And these pine trees keep the dust off of us, so that's pretty nice. Views aren't as good as here as they were last night, but they're not horrible. We're nice and protected from the breeze, which we always like with the Harker tent. We've figured out how to make it quieter as we've gotten to use it a lot more, but it's still don't like being in it when it's really, really windy. So it's always nice to get into the trees a little bit and have a little protection. So Corinne and I had a very busy day today. We did the Three Basin trails. We did Velocity Basin, Minnehaha Basin, and Ross Basin. Velocity Basin we more or less did last night, and then we camped out near Velocity Basin. There's 4 or 5 designated campsites out there, and I'd say 3 of the 5 are really pretty nice. The other 2 are right on the road, and we don't tend to like those as much because it can get quite dusty. So we were up early, headed down Velocity Basin Road, which is actually not the road, it's a county road,
I think it's County Road 51. And then we turned up Minnehaha Basin, and that's also a county road, although I don't remember the number off the top of my head. And that road takes you way up to the top of the basin to a platform, a viewing platform. And the views from up there are spectacular. I highly recommend that if you want to get a little off the beaten trail. It's a bit of a, it's a easy to moderate road. What makes it a little bit tricky is that you spend a little bit of time with the road that has a really, really steep drop-offs. They're very steep shelf road. It's by no means difficult, but it's a little intimidating. But the result is absolutely worth it. So if you get a chance, go and do that. And after we did the basins, we did the Corkscrew Corkscrew Gulch trail up to the top of Hurricane Pass. Now, we'd been to Hurricane Pass before. We had actually come up the other way on...
no, we only went as far as Lake Como. We didn't hit the hurricane.
Oh, Corinne's right. We didn't go to Hurricane Pass with that. We stopped at Lake Como, which is starting on its way down the California Gulch side. Yeah, we'd actually come up the California Gulch to just about there. So we got up to Hurricane Pass, met some nice young men up there, had a great little conversation. Before we did that, we did Alaska Basin. You should ignore the rating for Alaska Basin. It is not a 4. If you're using OnX Offroad. I'm sorry, Corinne's right. If you're using OnX Offroad, it's rated as a 4. That's bull. The trail until it gets to the downward part is a 4. After that, it's probably about a 6. You go down some very, very steep shale covered roads, large rocks, large boulders that you're trying to get around. It's very slippery, very steep. I had to actually do 3-point turns to get around several of the very, very tight hairpin turns. And then when you get to the bottom, there's not much of a place to turn around. You have to actually ford a little stream where they've been propping up some small boulders. You can get over them. We have 37-inch tires on our Gladiator and a 3.5-inch lift. We didn't have any problems getting over them, but you would really have problems if you were in like a stock Jeep. In fact, you might not even have got down there if in a stock Jeep. It would have been hair-raising. And then, of course, going back up, you have to do it. Coming down is scary. Going back up is a lot of work. It's a fairly technical road on the way up. It's not that it's got a lot of obstacles. It's sharp, it's narrow, and there are a lot of very slippery shale-like rocks coming up the road. So that's something to keep in mind. And then we came back down Corkscrew Pass, and then we went up Hurricane Peak. And the views up there are spectacular. That's a hard road. The road's in really good shape. There are a couple of hairpins that are a little bit challenging.
It's a shelf road. You don't want to meet people.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a shelf road where if you're going to have to back up the road, you're going to be backing up quite a long ways. Now, they have constructed the road so that the shelf bits tend to be relatively straight, so you can see cars coming up or alternatively cars coming down the road. So from that point of view, you can at least wait until cars have come up, or alternatively until cars have come down. So from that point of view, it wasn't a big deal. And then we came further down. We came another little way until we got to County Road 10. And we took County Road 10 towards Silverton. And
first it was County Road 110.
It was County Road 110 to start with.
And then changes to 10.
And it changes to County Road 10. It's a really very good road. The first part of it's a bit rocky and a few potholes, but nothing to worry about. And then the bottom half of it is like a 3-lane highway that's gravel. I mean, it's a piece of cake. And we found a nice BLM location for the night.
So tomorrow it is chores day, and we'll probably turn in early because we have a busy day tomorrow. Well, Corinne, it was a busy day today.
Yeah, we covered a lot of territory up and down various trails. We didn't do any loops, but we did a lot of out and back.
Yeah, we did a lot of out and back, or you might also call it up and down.
Yeah, out, up, down,
Yeah,
and something like that.
So out, up, back, down.
We've mostly been northwest of Silverton today, trying various short gulch trails all the way up to Hurricane Pass.
Yeah, and then we did Hurricane Peak, which is actually above Hurricane Pass.
Yes.
It's a bit of a tricky trail, but it's really worth it. It's the views up there. They describe them as the best in the San Juan Mountains, and I would have to agree. They're absolutely spectacular.
So we hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of our videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below.
Right down there. And as always, we love hearing from you, so don't hesitate to send us a comment, an idea, a thought. Tell us about your experiences up in this area. We'd love to hear from them and from you and hear about your experiences as well. And until next time, bye for now.
Bye for now.